Welcome to another edition of the Kent Holste podcast. I'm so glad that you could click this link and join in the conversation, as today we're going to be talking about something. It's so funny that these topics just come out of nowhere. I'll have to stop whatever I'm doing, because if I don't talk about it right away, I'm going to lose everything that's in my mind. So today, the topic that we're going to be talking about is passion. What is your passion? Why is your passion so important to you? And what happens? What do you do when that passion starts to wither away? What happens when that passion leaves? What do you do? We're going to talk about that today. So buckle up, get your chair, get your car seat in your upright position. And let's get going on this topic today. What do you say? Now, as always, if at any point in this conversation that we have, you feel something in your heart that you need to share your experience with your story about passion in your life and what you've done to better it or whatever, don't hesitate. Go in the comment spot, share those so we can be a community. Now, as a disclaimer, remember, this is not a time to bash. This isn't a time to be angry and frustrated and take your agenda and use it to hurt people. This is not the place. This isn't the time. This is about being a community. This is about being together as one to build people up who need it the most. Because sometimes people need to hear your advice. Some people could take your tips that you've had in your life that have been successful. So let's do that today, okay? So passion. Passion is such a huge thing to me. I'm passionate about a lot of things in my life. My job, my kids, my relationship with my family, which I didn't always have very well because of my own choices. My passion for studying history, studying the Bible, studying scripture, going to Bible studies, going online and listening to Bible studies, that's my passion. And also, some people have told me praying and prayer is my passion as well. But also my job. I think a lot of us can agree we have jobs that are our passion. I mean, heck, I don't think we work at a job just because it's a paycheck. And if it is just a paycheck, you're working for the wrong reasons. But for me, what I do, I enjoy it. It's a passion of mine. Another passion for me, I guess, is exactly what we're doing right now. Podcasting is one of my passions. Gaming is another one of my passions. So there's a lot of things in our life that we find that we are passionate about. What are your passions in your life? Think about it for a minute. What are your true, authentic passions that you have? Is it your relationship? Is it your marriage? Is it your relationship with your kids? Are you passionate about the things that are involving your family, like school events and being there and supporting your family? Is your passion going to work on time, being there early, being a true team member, a leader, an example? Is that your passion? It's important to me to have passion in my life because to me, if you don't, what are you there for? What is your true purpose if you don't have passion in what you're doing in your life? If you don't have passion, then there's something wrong. How do we fix it if we don't have passion in what we do? Well, I think it takes a lot of soul searching. It takes time and effort, practice to figure out what your passions are. And once you get them and you find them, you run with it. Because that's important. And even though our passions may be tough, easy, difficult, doesn't mean we give up on it. We keep pushing and striving to make every day better than the last. It's important to have passion, especially in your relationships. Because if there's no passion in your relationships, again, what are you there for? I think we've lost focus in relationships today about passion. We look over the years and we look at the divorce rate within our country. It's horrendous, the amount of divorce that's going on. And basically it's getting to the point where it's not just two people's lives that are being affected, but it's also the lives of the children that are involved. And to be quite honest, the search that I did and the result of my question of what is the average of divorce rate in the United States, and according to AI Google search, it says the U.S. divorce rate is approximately 2.5 per 1,000 population, or roughly 16.9 per 1,000 married women, reflecting a study declined since the 1980s. That's what I'm talking about. I was born in 1984, and through my life, I've seen such a different lifespan. I mean, I look at my grandparents, God rest their souls. My mom's mom and dad were married for over 50 years. I didn't ever see them fight. I didn't ever see them have a disagreement that was way out of hand. They were passionate for each other. They loved each other. And it was a love that you don't see today. That's what I'm talking about. The passion within our relationships is not the same. These days, passion, the definition in my mind, in this day and age of relationship is me, myself, and I. There is no us. There is no team. Because if that was not the case, why is this number of divorce rate in our country so high? It's so frustrating because I'm sadly a part of that number. I've been a part of that number. And what is the reason why those marriages and relationships didn't work in the past for me? Passion. There was no passion to keep it alive. There was no passion to be honest and truthful. There was no passion to enjoy each other's hearts and minds the way that God intended our minds to be. People want to change other people. People don't admire what they already have with the person that they wanted to be with. And if people are changing people because they don't fit the image of what they expect and want, where is the true passion? Relationships are hard. When you don't have that passion and it fades and you start to see a decline in communication, if you see a decline in interest in certain things in the relationship, that's tough. Where do you go? And what if you're trying to communicate and you try to show your passion and how it's important to you, but one side isn't willing to listen, or they come up with excuses, or they try to twist it and turn it? Where do you go? It's a tough thing to deal with. It's a tough thing to accept. What about the passion within our jobs? What if you get the best job in the world that you could ever dream of? You go to work every single day happy, and you're invested, and you're coming up with new ideas to make the job better. And all of a sudden, after a few months, maybe a few years, you get these thoughts. You get these ideas in your mind that you're not being appreciated as much as you once were when you first got there. Is that really the case? Or are you fishing for acknowledgement? Or is it because your attention to your passion started to change because you adapted to how things are? And your expectations of what you should be receiving is the forefront of your mind, and not the opportunities that you can make, and the deals that you can do, and all the good positive things that you can invest, which is your passion. Is it there? Because if it's not, that's the problem. We lose focus. We start to say, well, I'm not making enough for what I do. And you get these negative feelings that they don't value me because I'm not getting paid enough for what I do. You're losing focus. For me, I don't pay attention to what I make. All I care about is that I have a job and it helps support me. Now, granted, I live paycheck to paycheck. I don't have the ability to splurge or do anything fun. I don't go out. My daily routine is home, work, home, sleep, repeat. There's nothing else. I don't go out with friends. I don't go to bars like I used to. I live a very boring life. And it's not because I'm not passionate about hanging out with people, going out, having fun. I just don't see the purpose. I have other things that I could be doing, like resting, because with everything going on in my life, health-wise, it's hard for me. I don't have the energy. But that's another story. But my passion is there. It's just, I just don't feel like it's appropriate for me to do things when I don't have the time or the money or whatever. But if I got asked to go somewhere, if I got asked to hang out with people, I would, but I don't get asked to hang out that much. I think since I've been in Texas, I've had one group gathering, and that was to play a card game and a few other games and whatnot. And that was it. And it was a fun time. But yeah, you got to find what you're passionate about. And maybe your passion is hanging out with your friends, having that ability to refresh, reset, Being able to hang out with your friends is a time to just relax, have fun. Maybe that's your passion. But, that's how life is sometimes. As you grow older, you give up things. You realize what you're more passionate about, and you live it. But getting back to the job situation, what do you do when that passion isn't there anymore? That all the feelings of resentment or feeling not wanted or appreciated, those negative thoughts can overwhelm you. And it doesn't help with the passion that you have for your job. I can think of when I was a store manager of Sears Hometown Stores. When I took over the store in Middlebury, Vermont, it was very difficult. I had to restart a store from scratch. I tried hiring people. They looked promising. The first day that they were supposed to work, they wouldn't show up. No one has passion. No one has the ability to show up on time when it comes to their jobs. And I've seen it even today. There's people that like to show up right at the last minute. They don't show up early, and I love to show up early. And the reason being is you never know when work might need help, might need you to clock in early to assist with some things, or they might have extra hours that they're giving out, and I'll take them. But I am passionate about my job because it's the people. It's the friendships. I've said this before, where I work feels like family. And I would do anything for my friends, my coworkers. I'll stand up for them when they need to be stood up for. I've done that. It's just my personality. When someone's down or I can tell that they're going through stuff, I'm always there to say, if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you. That's my passion. And I think if a lot of people had that same mindset, just imagine how awesome work would be for everybody. The negativity would be gone. The complaining would be gone. It would just be a lot of a better place. What about our passion for our friendships? We talked briefly about it. Growing up, I was very passionate about my friendships, and I still am, 100%. I always reference to my friend Austin because Austin has been my friend literally since preschool. He lived literally 3-4 blocks away, if that. He was the one friend where if I ever needed someone to talk to, cheer me up, make me laugh, he would be at my doorstep, what seemed like of a snap of a finger. He is one of the coolest guys I have ever been friends with. And he is a true definition of a friend. I've been through a lot. And I've made mistakes. But I think we can both agree between me and Austin that we are very passionate about our friendship. Because no matter what we do wrong, what we do right, whatever we mess up on, whether it be past relationships, current relationships, whatever, we're always there for each other. That's what true friendship is. That's a passion. But I'm passionate to keep my friendships alive and strong, especially now. I've talked about it before. When I found out I had cancer, it changed my mindset about everything in my life. I was writing messages, emails, I was making phone calls. Can't write phone calls, but I made phone calls to people that I haven't talked to in years, trying to mend broken situations, asking for forgiveness to move forward, to shut that open door. That's my passion. Is making sure that everything's all good, because I don't want to leave this earth without making sure everybody knows from my past that I'm sorry. And there's lots more people that I could say that to. And if you're listening and I haven't talked to you, I hope that you would forgive me. I hope that you would move forward with me so we can just get past it. Whatever happened. My passion is my friendships because I care about my friends. I care about how much we talk, how much we communicate. But sometimes those friendships fade. You don't get to talk to them. Doesn't change the fact that I'm not passionate about that friendship. Just means that sometimes there's nothing you can do. And that can be painful. But what happens when you lose your passion for your friends? You give up hope. You're going through so much stuff in your life where you just avoid everybody. You stop communication with everybody because you're afraid of, number one, getting judged. You're afraid of getting criticized. You're afraid of the reaction people are going to have. No one likes to be the laughing stock of a joke. No one likes to be made fun of because of misfortunes. And trust me, I've had that lots of times in my life where my friends give me grief for stuff that has happened. Doesn't change how I feel about them. My friends often make fun of me the most because of how many kids I have. Get that all the time. Doesn't change how I feel. But I think the most important thing is if you truly care about people, if you truly care about the people from your past, your passion should be keeping those friendships alive, strong, and well. And if you have to find a way to make that happen, maybe it's time to pull yourself back a minute, look at your life, write a game plan out. Find a way to make that passion stronger again. Because there's been times where Austin and I didn't see eye to eye and we stopped talking. There was a time in high school where we didn't talk for almost a year because of drama, hearsay, all that stuff. It wasn't fun. But I still respected him. And that shows today. Maybe your passion is not about human being stuff. Maybe your passion is cars. Maybe your passion is shopping. Maybe your passion is gambling. Maybe your passion is playing sports. But what if those things start to fade? For me, my passion was basketball. My biggest mistake in my life is just giving up because I didn't make the team in junior high. It was devastating. My dad was a basketball coach for many, many years at Trinity Lutheran School in Kalispell. My older brother, he played basketball from grade school all the way to, well, he didn't play his senior year because I don't know what happened, but he played basketball for a long time. And I felt like it was a dream of mine to impress my dad. I felt like if I didn't make the team, I would be the biggest loser. I wouldn't have his respect. My dad was there watching the basketball tryouts. Worst part is, family friends for many, many years were the coaches. Colleagues of my mom or friends of dad through coaching, refereeing, being a teacher. He was there so long in the Valley that you'd be surprised about the stuff that I could name. But when I got cut the first round. And it devastated me. What I thought was my biggest passion, all the times I would go to the gym at Trinity because my dad would let me go use the gym whenever to practice, to work out, to do whatever. I thought I was untouchable. I thought I was going to make the team, no doubt. My arrogance got the best of me. The thought that just because I knew them or whatever on a personal level, I thought I was for sure going to make the team. But when I got cut and my dad was there, it was the most humiliating thing I ever felt in my entire life. It drained the passion away. I never played basketball ever again. Although I would sportscast basketball, I lost the passion of playing it because it scarred me. I let that get the best of me. I let that rejection overrun my mind to the point where I started doing bad things. I lost focus just because my passion was distracted by the failure. I let my failure get the best of my passion. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes that happens. It's not fun. It's not a very exciting experience to feel. But it's tough. The sad thing is I have dreams of playing basketball in my dreams all the time. Going back to playing for my dad, playing with my old teammates. Because that's what I was passionate about. And even though we never won a game except for one out of the 8 years that we were classmates, we won one game. My mind has never lost the passion. It's just my actions did.
And I think the whole thing with that too, with the wanting to play basketball with my friends and all that, even though we didn't win those games, we were passionate even though we lost. And it was funny because, like, even though we would lose, or we thought it'd be funny if we all fouled out of a game once, that was not fun. We were still passionate about being a team. We were passionate about each other and making sure that we supported each other as a team. We had ways of being passionate by thinking it was cool that we all doused our heads with water and walked out all wet for some reason. I don't know why we did that. We thought it was cool. We were passionate because we thought it would be cool if we all tore off pants for warm-ups, just because we wanted to look cool, or we thought it was cool, or we thought we were just like the high school kids. But we were passionate, even though we weren't the best. And we will admit, all of us, all 5 of us that were in that 8th grade, 7th grade, 5th grade, all that basketball teams, that we weren't the best. But yet we still had pride. We still did whatever it took to make sure we support each other and had fun. And I think that's why I refer back to that in my mind, is because that passion I had for the love of the game. I think we all have had that one moment in our life where we felt that way, right? And this is the thing. Our passion is lost somewhere in our society, in our world today. And I don't understand how we don't have more passion. Passion to care, passion to love, passion to have that bond, that feeling of emotion with people, things, places. It just doesn't make sense how it's not there these days. And we say that we do. We act like we have passion, but sometimes I just don't see it. I don't see how people can claim that we have passion when we really don't have passion. We don't have that 100% passion. We may have 25, 50% passion in what we do, what we say, what we believe in. But we need to have more of it. So my question for you today is, what do you do when you think and you feel like you just don't have the passion in what you're doing in that moment in time? What motivates you? What tools do you have that you use every single day that helps you accomplish your dreams, that help you have that mindset that, you know what, I'm passionate about this, and nothing anybody says or will do will change my passion? Do you have goals when it comes to your passion? Do you have a list of things that you need to do every single day to accomplish what you need to because you're that passionate about your job? Because I think it's a great thing when people tell you that you are passionate about what you do because they can see it. And I've had lots of times within my jobs where people say, I can tell you're passionate about your job. I can tell you're passionate about the things that you have in your life. I can tell that you're passionate about your family. I can tell that you're passionate about the love that you have for your kids. I have seen it. I've heard it from people, and it may not have always been directed at me, but I've heard other people say it to others. And we should be taking pride in ourselves when we hear people say that huge accomplishment or compliment, if I could speak, compliment, because it is an accomplishment. If you're taking pride in what you're doing and what you're saying and how you present yourself and how you work, your mind is about positivity and encouragement, that is a passion. That is a skill that a lot of people need to have. So in the comment spot, share your stories of your passion. Why is it important to you? What motivates you? What tools do you have that help you accomplish what you do because they can see it? And I think that's a great thing when people tell you that you are passionate about what you do because they can see it. What motivates you? What tools do you have that help you accomplish what you do because they can see it? when you're feeling like you're losing that sense of passion, what do? Talk about it. Because I know there's a lot of people who struggle with this. I know there's a lot of people who are successful with this topic. It needs to be talked about. So let's do that today. Now, more importantly, there's a few things that we need to get very, very clear within this topic of passion. You need to think and be positive when it comes to your passions. And also within your passions, I believe that you have the passion to succeed, the passion to love and care for one another. Don't you think you should too? And if you see someone who served our country, whether it be police, military, fire, or even the hardworking people within our medical facilities, take the time to acknowledge them, thank them, give them a high five, a handshake, whatever you need to. Let them know how much you appreciate them. You never know how much they might appreciate that one random act of kindness. So do it today. And so, I hope you enjoyed this topic today. If you did, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell for all the latest content right here on the Kent Holste podcast and all the other channels of the Kent Holste podcast family. So do it today. And until the next time we talk, remember to be kind to one another and just enjoy your day, your night, wherever you are, whenever this is that you're listening to it. I hope you have a fantastic day. Till the next time we talk, take care and God bless.